Hey guys, thanks so much for coming back to watch another YouTube tutorial. Today I'm just going to be doing a look with my Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. I'm going to do a step-by-step so you guys can kind of see how I came up with this look. So this will be the palette that I'm going to be using. If you guys want to see how I came up with this look, just continue watching. So I'm going to start off, I'm going into the Blood Sugar palette by Jeffree Star. And I'm going to dip into this pink shade that's right here. It is called Tongue Pop, and I'm going in with a Morphe M433 blending brush. I'm just gonna pop it into my crease line. The next shade I'm going to go into is this red, and it's called Cherry Soda. And I'm going to use a Morphe M433. So I'm using the same brush as I was before. I'm just going to place it right here in my crease. Now I'm just darkening it up a little bit. Alright, so once you get the red to the desired shade that you want, you're going to go in with a blending brush and you're going to blend out the edges. Anyway, so you're just going to continue blending until you get all the harsh edges out. It's going to look something like this. And then we're going to go in with a smaller brush. This is a Morphe E36. And I'm going into this shade right here, which is Fresh Meat. We're going to place it in the crease as well. We're just deepening up the crease now, but we're not getting, we're not going to have it blown out. This is one of my favorite shades in this palette. I use it a lot. And because you are using a smaller brush, it's going to look like you're using a lot of product, but you're really not. It's just because you're using a smaller brush. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to cut our crease. So I'm going in with the Master Conceal by Maybelline New York, I think. Anyways, I just put it on the back of my hand like always. I'm going to go in with a little skinny brush. It's a BH Cosmetics brush. And when you're cutting your crease, you can cut it, and then when you look up, it'll tell you, for instance, I just did mine, but it'll tell you where to cut your crease. So it's going to look something like this once you cut it. Next thing I always do is I'll take a small little beauty blender and I'll lightly dab on the top of it. And be careful because you don't want to lose your shape that you created. And this just takes the excess concealer off. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to dip back into the same shade, which is this Fresh Meat shade. And then I'm going to be using a Morphe M506. We're going to place it right here on the outer. I'm going to take this small little Morphe E36, the same one we're using for this color up here. And I'm going to dip into the pink shade right here. It's like a pink purplish kind of color. It's called Cavity. Now I'm going to place it like this. Then I'm going to take just a little fluffy brush, which this one is a Morphe M441. I'm just going to lightly go over the two colors I just put down. Kind of blend them together a little bit. Then I'm going to go back in with the dark purple. And I'm lightly putting the dark purple over the pink to marry the two colors together. Because you want the two colors to blend with each other. You don't want to see each color end. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little fine small concealer brush. I call it a concealer brush. I don't really know what it is. It's a Morphe M213, and I'm going to go into the white that is right here. I'm not sure if I need to put a base down first or not, so we're just going to kind of go with the flow and figure it out. Because the beginning of your eye is going to be white. No, we don't have to. I don't want it too white, but I want it white. And it looks like this color is building up pretty good. So. His white is very pigmented, which is really good, and it's really hard to find in palettes. And I'm lightly going over the white with the pink, just kind of blending the two colors together. Then I'm going to go over with this brush that had the pink on it. I'm going to go lightly over the white. Not too much because you want your white to come through. Alright, the little brush that you were just using with the white, this little small one, we're going to dip back into the shade Fresh Meat, which is this one. And I'm going to deepen up the outer crease. This piece. Just gonna deepen it up a little bit. And do just gently little bitty strokes. Something like that. Then we're going to take a blending brush. This one's just a Wet n Wild. I don't know if I told you guys earlier, so it's just a Wet n Wild brush. It seems like I'm using a lot of Morphe. I keep saying Morphe, but I have a lot of drugstore brushes too. I just really like my Morphe brushes. Little bitty brush again. I'm just going to go back into the white. I just took the white up a little further. I love this white. It's so pigmented. I'm gonna do, I'm taking a E.L.F. little eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to go underneath. I'm going to take the dark color and the pink. Alright, the next color I'm going to go to is this one right here, and it's the shade Candy Floss, and I'm going to use that for my brow bone. I'm just going to take a little brush. Oh wow, this color's so pretty. It's crazy how much you use a palette, but there's colors in the palette that you haven't touched yet. So when you touch them, you're like, what the hell took you so long to touch them? Because they're so pretty. Anyway, so I'm gonna highlight my brow bone. And then I'm gonna take that small little bitty brush that I keep using. Same color. And I'm gonna highlight right here. I'm gonna spray it. I'm gonna go in with my Morphe setting spray. Looks like this. Anyway, so I just sprayed the brush. It's just gonna make the pigment just pop a little bit more. It was already good, but I don't feel like it popped enough for the spot that I want it to pop for. And I'm just blending out again, just so that my brow bone and my colors come together. Mascara. I'm going in with the Smashbox Full Exposure. So I'm just going to deepen up the bottom, the under my eye. I'm going to deepen it up just a little bit. And I'm going to go into the Fresh Meat shade that we've been using. And I'm going to use the E.L.F. eyeshadow brush. Alright guys, so this is going to be the final look for this tutorial. As always, I will link everything down in the description bar below as to everything that I use, products and all that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!